is on all of my dear friends. I am delighted to be have virtually with you all to inaugurate the 17th Indo-US Economic Summit of the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. I compliment the IACC for being the one of the most powerful bilateral forums in the country to strengthen the business partnership between India and the United States since 1968. I am happy to note that the bilateral trade between India and the US has grown from $16 billion to $149 billion in the last 2 decades and is projected to reach more than $500 billion by 2025. The theme you have chosen this year, Building Back Better, a stronger, resilient recovery after COVID-19 is to kick-start the economy after the pandemic is appropriate and timely. I strongly believe our two countries, the US and India, have an important role to play in the post-COVID-19 economic recovery. There should be informed discussion on this subject at various levels since the recovery needs new ideas and approaches. Since the global depression which had happened in the 1920s, this is the biggest challenge to mankind has ever faced. We need a new thought process and a creative agenda to view new pathways of recovery. India has developed two Make in India COVID vaccine within a record time. World's largest vaccination program is successfully running in the country at a rapid pace to free from pandemic crisis. We are also supplying vaccines to many countries in the world. In the post-COVID situation, a revival of economic activity is very important to normalize the life of the people. Every country in the world is facing the challenge and fighting with the situation in their capacity. India and America have always shown mutual trust, respect and cooperation on the social, economic and strategic front. Our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji has set a vision for India to become a $5 trillion economy in the next 5 years. A well-developed infrastructure enhances the level of economic activity and creates additional fiscal space by improving the revenue base of the government and ensures the quality of expenditure focus on productive areas. The government is investing $1.4 trillion in infrastructure development through National Infrastructure Pipeline. The government has increased year-on-year infrastructure capex by 34% to rupees 5.54 lakh crore this year. Our government is soon going to launch the National Master Plan of Prime Minister Gati Shakti scheme of more than 100 lakh crores rupees, that is $1.5 trillion for holistic and integrated infrastructure development in the country. The Gati Shakti Master Plan will provide the framework for NIP program and is aimed at making Indian products more competitive by cutting down the logistic cost and improving the supply chains. Today, India has about 6 million kilometers of road network, which is the second largest in the world. The road infrastructure plays a critical role in the growth of the Indian economy as 70% of the goods and nearly 90% of the passenger traffic uses the road network to commute. The maintenance and expansion of this network are critical not only from the supply chain perspective, but also for the largest share of goods and passenger traffic that uses it. The government has set a target to build road worth $250 billion over 2 years. We aim to construct 65,000 kilometers of world-class national highways by 2024 at the rate of over 40 kilometers per day. This will make our infrastructure network comparable to the US and Europe, by 2024. There will be access control expressways, green highways, public transport running on electricity, and a lot more. The National Highway Authority of India is a AAA rating company, and we have chalked out a plan for monetizing the existing highway asset for infra capital generation. Roads have the largest share in the national monetization plan at 26% with a target of $20 billion over 4 years. The ministry is constructing 65,000 kilometers of national highways under the Bharatmala Phase 1 and 2, which is targeted to be completed by 2024. And we are also developing 22 greenfield access control expressways. Work is currently underway on the rupees 1 lakh crore Delhi-Mumbai access control expressways. It is greenfield expressway with 12 lanes and will be ready before 2022. Already more than 50% of the work is done. I am scheduled to inspect the complete stage of the highway in the next couple of days. Work is also progress and greenfield expressway projects including 110 km Ahmedabad-Dolara expressway, Delhi-Amritsar-Katra expressway, Bangalore-Chennai, Ambala-Kotputli, Kanpur-Lucknow among the others. Every year, government is acquiring land worth rupees 60,000 crore and to rupees 70,000 crore for road projects. When we build a road, 20-30% of income goes to the center and the state as royalty. Turnover of equipment manufacturers has doubled, which has given work to so many MSMEs. It also creates demand for basic industrial goods, besides creating employment opportunities for millions of workers. Landfill usage is reduced as construction involves recycled materials. In addition, by using advanced technology in design, critical habitats and ecosystem are protected from the encroachment of highway infrastructure. An excellent example is the elevated stretch on the Nagpur-Jabalpur National Highway, which allows wildlife to comfortably pass bent without disturbing the natural habitat of the Pench National Park. We are working toward developing more such stretches. We are giving a lot of importance to innovation, research and technology in shaping the future of the infrastructure sector. I sincerely hope more and more investors from the US will come and invest in the roads and highway project in India, which is the gold mine for all stakeholders. I will request you, particularly for the insurance fund, pension funds, they have really a tremendous opportunity for investment in road infrastructure in India. Our total income is 40,000 crore rupees per year, and next 3 years it will go up to 1,40,000 crore per year. So that is the reason that I will appeal you that the returns which you are getting in USA, which is very negligible. But even we can make some instrument by which you can make collaboration between NHI, which is AAA rating government authority, 100% owned by Government of India, and we can make it. There are some small problems. That conversion of dollar into rupees, that fluctuation is a big problem, where I need to take the approval from the finance ministry, and it is very difficult and a lengthy procedure. My suggestion is if you can convert by hedging the dollar amount capital and invest in NHI with making agreement with NHI, which is a 100% owned government authority, we will give you 100% guarantee returns, and road maintenance will be the responsibility of the NHI. Already we can make escrow accounts for 20 years, for 15 years, for 30 years. Our road networks we are doing excellently. We are making lot of toll income. We are developing industrial clusters, roadside amenities. So our income is going to increase. So my suggestion to all of you, for the insurance fund, pensions funds, there are a lot of offers. They are ready to invest, and already when we start TOT, already the Australian company, the Canadian pension funds have invested a lot of money in Indian road infrastructure. My suggestion to all respectable dignitaries, if you can plan for making investment in Indian road infrastructure, I will give you 100% guarantee by making escrow account where you will get your return daily, weekly, monthly, 3 monthly, 6 monthly or yearly, as was your choice. And that is a win-win situation for both the stakeholders. The other important thing is that we have experimented successfully with various models for the monetization of roads involving the private sector, including foreign investors. We have successfully implemented various models under public-private partnership (PPP) to involve the private sector and monetize road construction. The hybrid annuity model (HAM) projects and monetization of roads have brought the spotlight back on road projects. Earlier, banks were shying away from investing in the road sector due to many reasons such as land acquisition, non-performing asset failure of BOT, build, operate, transport, and banks' reluctance in giving loans. But with the introduction of HAM, the risk profile of bankers has been reduced. In a HAM project, the government pumps in 40% equity. The rest is made by the concessionaries. The government is also bears the revenue risk in projects where traffic flow turns out lower than anticipated, leading to the reduced toll collection earlier in the BOT projects. The traffic operations and the maintenance risk and to be borne by the developer. My ministry through NHI is planning to raise 50 billion US dollar through the monetization of highway under toll operate transport mode in the next 5 years. Implementing alternative instruments like monetization of existing asset has been channelized through InvIT, toll operate transport, and SPV formation for enabling wider investor participation. The model concession agreement for BOT toll projects have been amended to address investor concerns which include better projects, preparedness, revenue protection, and cash flow management. Similarly, for hybrid annuity model projects, we allowed 100% equity disinvestment after 6 months of construction and completion, and the interest rate has been linked to a more realistic market rate. We have also removed the requirement of EMD for bidding of new tenders to enable more industry players to participate in highway construction. The system of the omnibus guarantee is already in place. We have introduced the system of bid security declaration in place of bid security submission in the form of bank guarantee. We are allowing 100% FDI in the road sector. There is a huge opportunity for joint ventures. Recently, in a meeting with the American ambassador, I was discussing that India has huge potential and economic viability for investment through insurance funds, pension funds, and sovereign wealth funds. We have offered tax incentives also. There will be a good return, and you can think of it, it will be a win-win situation for both the countries. We have relaxed technical and financial eligibility criteria for bidders and optimizes the project package size to expand the work. To catalyze long-term investment into infrastructure, the government is in the process of setting up a new development finance institution, DFI. The land acquisition process has been expedited through digitalization. We are streamlining the environmental and forest clearance process across all the authorities. The reduction logistic cost up to below 10% of the GDP is at top of the agenda, so the government is developing integrated in land waterways, air connectivity and road network at large. We are developing 35 multimodal logistic parks and allied ecosystems like warehouse, cold storage, etc. Across the country towards the green initiative, we are encouraging tree transplantation, installation of solar panels, rainwater harvesting, and artificial groundwater recharge system along the highways. We are striving hard to reduce the fatal road accidents in the country. The use of advanced technology would ensure strengthened enforcement of traffic rules and efficient traffic operation. We are working towards introducing GPS-based tolling on national highways and are already encouraging pilots to perform their studies and present us with promising proposals. Today, India is becoming the largest EV market for electric two-wheelers, three-wheelers and cars. US-based companies can collaborate with our research and development efforts towards EV battery technologies and retrofitting industry. The government is strongly encouraging solar and wind energy-based charging mechanism for electric mobility. Along with EVs, we are specifically giving importance to alternative fuels and biofuels such as ethanol, methanol, bio-CNG, LNG and green hydrogen, etc. We are also ready to welcome investment in technologies that run on the biofuels and alternative fuels compatible engines such as flex engines, hybrid engines, and we are committed to developing flex engines within 6 months, which gives the users an option to run a vehicle on either 100% petrol or 100% ethanol. We are working on the shift of public transport, logistic, construction and agriculture equipment on 100% clean, green and affordable fuels. We are also looking for prospects about green hydrogen as a potential source of energy, and across various sectors like fertilizer, steel, mining and mobility industries, there is the opportunity. You can invest in technologies for electrolyzers productions, storage and transportation of green hydrogen as a fuel, and the recently launched vehicle scrapping policy in India is aimed to extracting maximum value out of old vehicles based on the world's best global practices. There is a need to establish a large number of vehicle scrapping units and a scrapping recycling industry in the country. We are also working on last mile connectivity, modes like broad gauge metro rail, ropeway, cable car, funicular rail, etc. The new public transport mode like Hyperloop, seaplane, amphibious seaplane, pod and drone taxis, etc. are also gaining interest in the country. We are seeking for planning and development of integrated transport system where road, air, water and new advanced last mile connectivity modes would enhance ease of mobility access across the country. Investment in mobility technology is 100% welcome. For national security and remote area connectivity, my ministry has taken up a tunnel project of more than 30 billion US dollars, and the use of tunnel shaft technology, surveying technique and demolition waste management is the challenge for us. We are planning to develop the Jojila tunnel area as a world-renowned high-altitude tourist place. Under the Act East policy today, Northeast, Bangladesh, Myanmar and Southeast Asia are also being connected through road, rail and airway infrastructure. With high standards of quality, we are seeking the use of innovative technologies and materials in road construction. My objective is to reduce the use of cement and steel in construction activities. Any sustainable material and technology in place need to be adopted to save the cost of construction by large. I will request to all of you, if you have any alternative for steel, we are now adopting the technology, particularly that in Malaysia and Singapore they are using reinforcement concrete, where the steel fiber is using in the beam. Presently, we have a distance between the two piers is 30 meters. By this methodology, we can take it up to 120 meters. At the same time, we can think about the use of carbon steel also. We are also searching for new alternative. There is a huge opportunity for that. Ministry is planning to promote large-scale use of precast elements in flyovers, bridges, ROB and cross-drainage works. The ministry has been focusing on the use of waste material like plastic, rubber, fly ash, oil slag, etc. to save the ecology and environment. We are seeking appropriate technology for their cost-effective use in construction. The government authorities shall not revise the contract price nor share the monetary benefit of contractors on the use of new materials and technology. We are open to adopt the American codes and standards, that is very important, the specifications and guidelines for use of new material and technology in construction. Various industrial clusters, smart cities and wayside amenities would be developed along the national highway corridors with a greater participation from the private sector and increased government spending, opportunities for foreign investors in the country's infra development are on the increase. We are ready to adopt the world's best technologies without compromise with quality, cost effectiveness, and sustainability. I always used to say American roads are not good because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. Our focus is on time bound, qualitative, and cost effective and sustainable world class infra development in the country. I would like to take this opportunity to request you to participate in the fast track infra development in India. Our government is very supportive, flexible, time bound, and transparent and corruption free towards the ease of doing business ecosystem in the country. Before I conclude, let me once again thank IICC for giving me an opportunity to address this august audience and look forward to receiving a detailed report from your side. I wish you all a safe, healthy, and prosperous life ahead. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, Minister Sir. Thank you very much. That was fascinating. Arun Katna, the Regional Vice President, IACC, and Managing Director and CEO of AT&T Global Network Services in India, for a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Raman. Honorable Minister Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, Dr. Lalit Khaitan, Ms. Eileen Nand,